Hello and welcome to the Volleyball England National Cup and Shield Draw live here from SportPark in Loughborough. My name is Dennis Sharp, your host, and alongside me is Beth Willits, our Volleyball England project lead, who will be drawing the home teams, and Lauren Goh, our Volleyball England project officer, who will be drawing the away teams. Today's draw will be for the last 16 with ties to be held from the 11th and 12th of January. Up first, we'll have a short explanation of the National Shield. Now that we've reached the last 16 of this competition, the previous 4 zones of North, Central, Southeast, and Southwest will be merged into 2 zones of 8 teams. This will be divided into North, Central, and South. The numbers of teams will be shown on screen shortly, and we will first start with the Men's National Shield draw. This will begin with the North Central Division. So Lauren and Beth, please load balls into the bowl. So the North Central Division or area will be 4 ties per zone, and the first team will be
Number 7.
Team number 7, Nottingham Rockets. They are currently unbeaten in the Men's 3 Central Division, beating their division rivals recently, Wimborne, in the previous round. And the away team will be
Number 8.
Team number 8, Telford. They are one of 2 remaining non-NVL teams remaining in the Men's Shield after beating their Midlands counterparts, Tamworth Spartans and Darkstar, in their previous rounds. For our second fixture, this will be played between
Number 4.
Our home team, number 4, York Vikings. They have reached the last 16 with wins against University of Leeds and Liverpool for the Men's 3 Northwest Division side. And the away team will be
Number 3.
Team number 3, Sheffield. They had an emphatic 3-set victory against Men's 2 Division North Yorkshire counterparts, Harrogate, in the last round. And for our third tie, this will be between
Number 2.
Team number 2, Manchester Marbles. They conquered unbeaten Manchester Moss side in the last round. The Men's 2 Division North side currently also sit top of their division. And the away team for this fixture will be
Number 5.
Team number 5, Darkstar. They beat fellow Men's 2 Division North side Newcastle Staffs 2s in the previous round. And for our final fixture, this will be between
Number 1.
Team number 1, Everton Dugongs. They have already gone one step further than last season, reaching the last 16. And the last team to be drawn will be
Number 6.
Team number 6, Loughborough Students. The 2002 National Shield winners played against the West Midlands regional side, Birmingham City, in the previous round. And that concludes the Men's National Shield draw for the North Central Zone. Up next, we've got the Southern Zone for this draw. Again, this will be contested over 4 ties. So the first team of this draw will be
Number 6.
Team number 6, Cardiff Falcons, beating lower opposition in Weymouth Second and Nuneaton Inferno in the previous rounds, will give Panthers confidence despite being winless in the Men's 2 Division South. And the away team will be
Number 8.
Team number 8, Weymouth, progressing through to the last 16 after an epic 5-set encounter against Hampshire Volleyball League's Portsmouth United. For our second tie for this zone, this will be between
Number 3.
the home team, number 3, Spelthorne Lions. They beat Hearts volleyball side Watford in the previous round. And the away team,
Number 7.
Team number 7, Coventry and Warwick Riga, unbeaten in the NVL this season. They overcame South Coast opposition with away trips in both previous rounds. And for our next tie,
Number 2.
Team number 2, Reading Aces. They are unbeaten in the Men's 3 Southwest Division this season. They beat G&G Bedford in the previous round of the Shield. And the away team for this fixture will be
Number 1.
Team number 1, Army. They overcame a highly rated MK City side from Division 2 Central. The Army are one of very few teams from outside the NVL in the last 16. And for our final tie of this zone,
Number 5.
this will be team number 5, the home team Wessex, will be a tough opposition for any Shield team, currently second in the NVL Men's 2 South with 3 out of 4 wins this season. They'll be playing against
Number 4.
Number 4, the away team Northampton, who are winless in 3 in the Men's 2 Central this season, but they beat their division counterparts Cambridge in the previous round. And that concludes the draw for the Men's National Shield. Up next, we'll be having the Women's National Shield draw. Again, they have been merged into 2 zones of 8 teams, North Central and South. So if we can load the bowl for the North Central draw first, the teams should be numbered on the screen now. So the first fixture to be drawn will be the home team.
Number 3.
Team number 3, York Falcons. The Women's 3 North side reached the National Shield semi-finals last season. The away team for this fixture will be
Number 5.
Team number 5, Sheffield, the National Shield winners in 2018, currently competing in the Women's 2 Division North, beating Loughborough Students 2 in the previous round. For our second tie, this will be played between
Number 6.
Team number 6, Dark Star Derbyshire, their second team. They beat higher league opposition in Newcastle Staffs in the previous round. And they'll be hosting the away team, which is
Number 7.
Team number 7, Lincoln Cannons. They are sitting top and unbeaten in the Women's 3 Central Division this season. For our next tie, this will be contested between
Number 8.
Team number 8, Loughborough Students. They'll be hosting an away team. The 2014 National Shield champions came out on top after a 5-set thriller against Tamworth Spartans.
Number 2.
The away team number 2, Manchester Marbles Mayhem. They are unbeaten in the Women's 2 North this season and are also in the same league. And the final tie for this zone.
Number 1.
Team number 1 hosting Newcastle Panthers. They are the reigning champions of the Northern Counties Division 1. The northeast side overcame Wigan Seahawks in the previous round. And the final team in the North Central zone.
Number 4.
Number 4, Manchester Liberators. The Women's 3 North side beat Division 2 opposition in the Miners Doncaster in the previous round. And that concludes the North Central draw for the Women's National Shield. Up next, we'll be having the Women's South draw. So for our first tie of 4, the home team will be
Number 5.
Team number 5, Cardiff Falcons. They are unbeaten in the Women's 2 West Division this season and beat Plymouth Mayflower in the previous round.
Number 3.
Playing away, Northampton Women's will be playing against them. They are sitting second in the Women's 2 East Division this season, beating Dartford Chargers in the last 32. And the second tie of this zone will be
Number 4.
Team number 4, MK City. The 2022 National Shield runners-up overcame Leicester Athena Nova in the previous round. They'll be hosting
Number 6.
Team number 6, Bedminster. The Women's 2 West side beat Black Country in the previous round. And for our penultimate fixture of this National Shield,
Number 2.
Team number 2, Reading Aces. They are currently unbeaten in the Men's 3 Southwest this season. They beat G&G Bedford in the previous round.
Number 8.
Team number 8, Portsmouth Urban Ladies. They won a 5-set thriller against Berkshire Volleyball Association Farnborough Phoenix in the previous round. And that is one more tie for the Women's National Shield.
Number 1.
Team number 1, Cambridge. They are sitting at the top of the Women's 2 East this season and beat Spelthorne in the previous round.
Number 7.
And finally, team number 7, the last team to be drawn in this zone. The 2023 National Shield runners-up beat Wimborne in their previous round. And that concludes the Women's National Shield draw for the last 16. Up next, we'll be having our first cup draws. The National Cup retains the same format as before, no zone divisions, just one big draw. So all 16 remaining teams will be going into the draw with 8 ties per gender. So up first, we'll be having the Men's National Cup. So the first team of this last 16 draw will be
Number 11.
Team number 11, Essex Rebels, have impressed many with their perfect start in the Super League season so far and will be hoping to go one step further than their 2023 National Cup runner-up spot.
Number 3.
The away team playing against Essex will be Durham Palatinates, the reigning National Cup and Super League champions. For a second tie of the 8 draws,
Number 7.
Team number 7, Stockport, the Super League side, were 2022 National Shield winners, beat their Northwest counterparts Wigan Seahawks in their previous round. And the away team for this will be
Number 13.
Team number 13, London Aces. They have had 3 out of their 5 wins in the NVL campaign so far. For a third tie, this will be between
Number 9.
Team number 9, Lincoln Cannons, newly promoted into the NVL Division 1 last season, reaching the round of 32 stage. The away team for this fixture will be
Number 4.
Team number 4, Exeter Storm, completing their first shock of the Men's National Cup this season, beating accomplished Super League side University of Nottingham Men's in the last round. And the next draw will be between
Number 10.
Team number 10, IBB Polonia London, the 2-time National Cup champions, last winning in 2017. And they'll be hosting
Number 16.
Team number 16. One second, there will be Black Country. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Black Country, they were the 2022 National Shield champions. So for the next tie, the home team will be
Number 1.
Team number 1, Newcastle Knights. They reached the last 16 after overcoming unbeaten Leeds Gorse in a 5-set thriller on Saturday. And they'll be hosting
Number 6.
Team number 6, Mallory Eagles UEL, a record 16-time National Cup champions and finalists last season, overcame Newcastle staffs in the previous round. For our next tie, this will be between
Number 5.
Team number 5, London Giants, newly promoted to the Super League. They have made an impressive start this season.
Number 12.
Team number 12, Essex Blaze, newly promoted into the Super League as well. And our penultimate fixture for the Men's Cup.
Number 2.
Team number 2, Tamworth Spartans. They overcame London Premier League side London Bears in the previous round. And they'll be hosting
Number 14.
Team number 14, Cambridge ARU. The struggling side in Division 1 will hope to turn their season around with a good cup run. And our final fixture for the Men's Cup last 16.
Number 15.
The home team will be number 15, Hull Thunder. This Division 1 side reached the last 16 of the Cup last season.
Number 8.
And the final team to be drawn, number 8, Richmond Docklands, the 2022 National Cup champions, have started the Super League season well, currently 2 wins out of their 3 fixtures. And that concludes the last 16 of the Men's National Cup. The same format will continue with the Women's National Shield. No division in zones, all 16 teams competed across 8 ties. And our first out of the 8 will be between
Number 13.
Number 13, Waterloo Thunder, will be the first home team to be drawn unbeaten in the London Premier League season.
14.
Team number 14, Leeds Gorse, playing away last year's quarterfinalists in the National Cup. And our second tie will be between
Number 4.
Team number 4, Coventry and Warwick Riga. The Division 1 side reached the National Cup quarterfinals last season.
Number 9.
Team number 9, playing away London Bears, Shield champions from the 23-24 season and currently competing in the London Volleyball League Division 1. For our next tie, this will be contested between
Number 5.
Team number 5, Essex Rebels Women's, this time last season's National Cup semi-finalists and top 4 Super League finishers.
Number 6.
The away team will be team number 6, Leicester Athena Phoenix, last season's National Shield runners-up, sitting joint top at the moment of Division 1. Our next home team will be
Number 11.
Team number 11, Mallory Eagles Women's, had a perfect start to their Super League campaign so far, and they will be aiming to end their 18-year wait for National Cup glory.
Number 10.
And the away team will be Newcastle Knights, looking to kickstart their season strongly with this as their first game. And the next tie will be contested between
Number 3.
Team number 3, Team Sidao Polonia, the 4-time National Cup champions, will be looking to defend their 2024 crown. And playing away against them will be
Number 12.
Team number 12, newly promoted into Division 1, Essex Trinity.
Number 15.
Coming to our last 3, number 15, London Giants, newly promoted into NVL Division 1 and showing promising signs following their men's footsteps. The away team competing in London will be
Number 1.
Team number 1, Durham Palatinates. The 2-time National Cup champions will be looking to regain their crown after finishing runners-up last season. And our penultimate fixture for the National Cup.
Number 16.
Number 16, University of Bristol, currently competing in Bucks Prem South and one of few remaining university teams.
Number 7.
Team number 7, playing away is Cambridge ARU. The Super League side won their opening weekend fixture against the London Lionhearts. And our final draw for the National Cup.
Number 2.
Number 2, Dark Star Derbyshire, the long-standing Super League side, played against and dispatched Everton Belugas in the previous round. And the final team to be drawn is
Number 8.
Team number 8, Stockport, had a positive start this season, having won their first game. And that concludes the National Shield and National Cup draw for the last 16. The ties will be held again on the 11th and 12th of January. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck.